The greatest happiness principle is the ultimate standard of morality set up by classical utilitarianism. That classical creed conceives of good as happiness and holds that right actions are those which maximize the total happiness of the members of the community. As John Stuart Mill explains in Utilitarianism, 1861, the creed which accepts as the foundation of morals, utility, or the greatest happiness principle, holds that actions are right in proportion as they tend to promote happiness, wrong as they tend to produce the reverse of happiness. Moreover, happiness is understood in hedonistic terms. By happiness is intended pleasure, and the absence of pain; by unhappiness, pain, and the privation of pleasure. Mill's greatest happiness principle of utility establishes that happiness is the ultimate criterion to establish what is moral and what is not, i.e., the ideal moral society is the one where everybody is happy and everybody is free of pain. Such an idea, however, could be problematic, since it is a fact of life that the happiness of individuals sometimes conflicts. For instance, if individual A thinks that money is a fundamental means of increasing his/her happiness and decreasing his/her suffering and decides to steal from B, he/she will, then, be probably happier after he/she has successfully concluded the robbery. The problem is that B will be probably less happy and suffering more after being robbed, and, thus, if the criterion of utility were based only on the happiness of each individual, it would be completely useless to guide people's actions, especially the ones where there is conflict of interests. Mill was well aware of this, which is why he makes it clear that the utilitarian standard is not the agent's own happiness, but the greatest amount of happiness altogether. It promotes impartiality and equality by saying that the happiness of one person is just as valuable as that of any other. By weighing each person's happiness as a value of one, no less and no more, utilitarianism helps address moral questions and remove prejudices based in birth, sex, race, and social rank. Bringing pleasure to those who are involved into action is one of the main reasons why people are to act in accordance with such statement. When people perform some tasks and their main purpose is to please all those who are involved into the action, people work for their personal benefit, therefore, the final outcome is completed with the highest quality. Moreover, having been satisfied with the outcome, people are satisfied with the process of their work. As a result, the general well-being of people is improved. Making a greater number of people happier, moral and ethical rules are followed as it is hardly possible to make others happy while violating personal values. Finally, it is essential to consider social improvement in the whole world as a result of following the greatest happiness principle. When the final purpose of an action is satisfaction of personal needs and making a person happy, a well-being of a concrete personality is increased. Therefore, the general social improvement may be seen. Thus, acting in accordance with the greatest happiness principle, we act for the benefit of the world society. The greatest happiness principle is an effective life principle. Living for the personal benefit and trying to satisfy the needs of others while making those happy, we contribute to the social well-being. There are a lot of examples when making better for ourselves, we contribute to the greatest happiness of others. Let's consider a care for children in schools and kindergartens as an example. Working in such establishments, we perform our work in a quality way to get the higher salary. Moreover, we work for the benefit of children, therefore, we are interested in making them happy. Thus, being happy, children come home and make happy their parents, as when children are satisfied with everything, there is nothing greater in the world.